is the Christmas Carol. Because it turns out that our donor group has done the Christmas Carol quite a lot of times, and we've helped with a couple other people doing the Christmas Carol quite a few times. So we know it pretty well. And, well, hey, do you know how Ebenezer Scrooge won the football game? It goes to Christmas past.
Tell me what about a shark?
Anyway, at one point Micaiah decided that he ought to condense the Christmas Carol, so we can just do it all for you, all at once, right now.
Marley was dead. To begin with, everyone knew it.
Scrooge to visit was the home of his nephew, Fred.
Let's play a game, Fred!
I'm thinking of an animal. It's very unpleasant. A lot of people dislike it, and it says "bah" a lot.
Your Uncle Scrooge!
Yes! By then it was time for the second spirit to go. Leaving Scrooge all alone to deal with the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come? Bad case of laryngitis? Oh, lead on, spirit, I'll follow you.
The spirit and Scrooge went on their merry way until they ran into two fellow businessmen. I heard what's his name died the other day.
Oh, I heard that too. Should we go to the funeral?
Let's see what's on TV first. The second place the spirit took Scrooge was to a pawn shop where people were selling the dead guy's stuff. What do you give me for all these pillows and blankets and curtains and stuff?
Oh, 3 shillings.
How about all his Elvis memorabilia?
Ooh, 10 shillings.
Oh, thank you very much. And to put a fitting end to a very weird night, the last place the spirit took Scrooge was a graveyard.
No, not Tiny Tim. I could have saved him. Who's Igor's resident? Oh, no, not Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh no, Spirit, please give me another chance. I will change. Oh, please, Spirit, I will change.
Scrooge fell to the ground in a heap, when suddenly, bang! He was back in his bedroom. Safe and sound! And alive! On Christmas Day!
Yes!
Scrooge was so happy he fell down the stairs. Well, no long story short, you cut it off about these. Scrooge is a changed man. He spent the day at his nephew's house, playing games, having a lovely time.
Let's see, an animal that's cuddly and lovable and sometimes says bah. Are you sure it's not me? Oh, drat, thought it was.
And he made sure that Bob Cratchit had the largest turkey that money could buy.
Now you're saying this turkey was named Godzilla, huh? Now are you sure you don't have anything bigger?
And he agreed to raise Bob Cratchit's salary and get Tiny Tim the help he needed.
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he became like a second father. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as anyone ever knew. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. Let that truly be said of us and all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed,